Hi, I'm Smriti, and you're watching Chulbuli Days. Today, I'm going to start chapter 13 of this book, The Little Prince. The fourth planet belonged to a businessman. He was so busy that he didn't even look up when the little prince arrived. Good morning, the little prince said to him. Your cigarette has gone out. 3 plus 2 make 5, 5 plus 7 make 12, 12 plus 3 make 15, good morning, 15 plus 7 make 22, 22 plus 6 make 28, no time to light it again, 26 plus 5 make 31, phew, then that makes 501,622,731. 500 million of what? Uh, are you still there? 501 million of. I don't remember. I have so much work. I'm a serious man. I don't amuse myself with balderdash. 2 and 5 make 7. 501 million of what? Repeated the little prince, who never in his life let go of a question once he had asked it. The businessman raised his head. During the 54 years that have been living on this planet, I have only been disturbed 3 times. The first time was 22 years ago by a cockchafer who dropped down from goodness knows where. He made the most awful noise, and I made 4 errors in my sum. The second time was 11 years ago by an attack of rheumatism. I don't get enough exercise. I have no time for slacking. I'm a serious man. The third time, well, this is it. As I was saying, 501 million. Million of what? The businessman suddenly realized that there was no hope of being left in peace. Of those small objects one sometimes sees in the sky. Flies? Oh no, some glittering objects. Bees? Oh no, some small golden objects that set lazy men to idle dreaming. But I am a serious man, I have no time for idle dreaming. Ah, you mean the stars? Yes, that's it, the stars. And what do you do with the 500 million stars? 501,622,731. I am a serious man, I am accurate. And what do you do with 500 million stars? 501,622,731. And what do you do with them? What do I do with them? Yes. Nothing. I own them. You own the stars? Yes. But I have already seen a king who. Kings own nothing. They reign over. It is quite different. And what use is it to you to own the stars? It makes me rich. It enables me to buy other stars if anybody can find any. This man, the little prince said to himself, reasons a bit like my drunkard. Nonetheless, he put a few more questions. How can one own stars? Whose are they? The businessman asked peevishly. I don't know. They don't belong to anyone. In which case, they are mine, because I was the first person to think of it. Is that sufficient? Of course it is. When you find a diamond that belongs to you, it is yours. When you discover an island that belongs to no one, it is yours. When you are the first to have an idea, you take out a patent on it, it is yours. And I own the stars because nobody else before me thought of owning them. That is logical, said the little prince. And what do you do with them? I manage them, I count them, and recount them, said the businessman. I am a man concerned with matter of consequence. The little prince was still not satisfied. If I owned a silk scarf, I could put it around my neck and take it with me. If I owned a flower, I could pick it and take it away with me. But you cannot pick the stars. No, but I can put them in the bag. Whatever does that mean? It means that I write down the number of my stars on a piece of paper and then I put it in a drawer and lock it with a key. And is that all? It is enough. Quite amusing, thought the little prince. Rather poetic, but an exercise of no real importance. The little prince's idea about what was important were very different from those of grown-ups. I myself own a flower which I water every day, he told the businessman. I own 3 volcanoes which I clean on every week. I always include the one which is extinct. One never knows. It is good for my volcanoes and good for the flower I own, but you are of no use to the stars. The businessman opened his mouth but found nothing to say, and the little prince went on his way. Grown ups are certainly absolutely extraordinary, he said to himself as he continued on his journey. So this was the chapter 13, and this is how the little prince is visiting different grown-ups, and I think it's sort of a metaphor of a child visiting to the grown-up selves of how the children grow up into, and what they are concerned with. Somebody is concerned with owning the whole world or being a king. Someone is concerned with becoming the richest person. Somebody wants to get uh, praises for oneself all the time, and this is how this book is representing our world, and how people, when grow up and they become like this, they forget their human selves. The child inside them just disappears, and this is what the book is telling us. And let's see what we find in the next chapters. But till now, uh, this was chapter 13, and thank you. Bye bye.